Question. In this plane of existence, there have been times when enough hearts and minds have been changed that it has seemingly made some part of life here better. It's never been through coercion or force, it just happened spontaneously. But it seems that generally this plane of existence doesn't seem to change. Dear ones, it's not going to change until your minds are changed. It's so important to convey this information. We are going to try to convey it in a way that it's easy to understand. Everything happens in the mind. Until your mind is changed, nothing is actually going to change. It may seem to change, but it's not a lasting change. When things are done outside of you, it is always going to relapse, you see. We are saying in this way so that you can understand that the typical outcome is that there is going to be a relapse of sorts. As you can see, history repeats itself over and over and over. The cycle continues, and it does not stop. What you want is to be on a straight line, moving forward, you see. That's a straight ticket home, rather than walking in a circle. That's what this plane of existence has been doing since the beginning. Just to continue a circle, you see. And of course, there have been civilizations that have been able to overcome this and actually move on and ascend. But there was a total and whole healing of the mind, and the work that was done was all in the mind. It was not something that they did outside of themselves with separation. It was actually something that they had to take care of in their minds. There was an understanding that nothing was going to change until they changed their minds about it. We have said this time and time again, but the habit is so ingrained in the mind that believes in separation, that you are not one, that you are divided, and that you are limited. You perceive God to be outside of you, somewhere far, far away. But God is right here, right now, and an integral part of your being. Without God, you would not exist. You are one with God in truth. You may feel as though you are not, but the whole of you is. So the little part of you that is here is not the entirety of all of you. Humanity walks this earth right now as though this form, the body, is you. And there is confusion that they are actually encapsulated within this limiting barrier to love, you see. You are actually formless and able to just extend love without ceasing. It is a continual extension of love. There is no end to it. It can never become exhausted. It cannot exhaust. It only gains more. When you extend love, it only gains more and continually renews itself. And that's not even the best way to explain it, because it just continues on. It's a limited way of being able to explain. At this time, choose to be on board with truth, to be on board with awakening. This actually requires your assistance and presence in this. It's going to happen, but you also want to be part of it. That's why you're here. That's why you made up your mind to come here, for to be a part of awakening. And as you go on, if you continue with this asleepness, which is falling back into the old habitual patterns, you're missing the mark. You have to understand that the whole of everything works together. As you move forward, your mind will touch everything, because there is nothing outside of your own mind. If you spot it, you got it. You see it? You experience it, but it is in your mind. If it was not in your mind, you would not have the experience at all. But it's in your mind, so you have the experience. It is beyond important that you understand this and really take responsibility for your part in this. It is what is being asked of you by yourself and God to honor who and what you are, rather than going back down the same old beaten pathway. We have talked about this so many times. What can we say to actually inspire you to get up off your limiting patterns of being, which is not being anything at all, and go? What would inspire this? What would cause an inspiration so compelling that you just cannot turn away? That's what we'd like to know. What is it in your mind that would get you going? You want to see a change in the world. You want to see humanity be humane. You want to see yourself get along with one another and living in the world of love and of peace. You want to see this. Well, you've got to do the work to have this experience. It's not going to happen for you unless your mind is going in that direction. Oh, you might get a glimpse of it. You might see it here and there. But if you continue to affirm that you are separate from that experience, you are going to continue to experience being separate from it, even though you're not. You need to get on board with including yourself in this experience rather than excluding yourself from it. It is so important that you understand that it is your responsibility. Not one, not even God itself can do this for you, because your mind is made in the likeness of your Creator, meaning you are a creator. Now you came here and you became confused. You began to make up things instead of create. The things you make are ephemeral, they do not last. All that God creates is eternal. All that God creates is love. All these other things in this plane of existence are just made up. They are not creations. They are just makings. They are limited, and they will, and they do fade away. It is time to listen and follow. Put aside your petty reasons for turning away. Put them aside. Get rid of them. Just walk away. It's not that hard. If you have a strong opinion, turn in another direction. If that opinion keeps you from oneness with all that is, then it's not worth a damn thing. It's not worth anything. You've been doing it for so long. Has anything that you've ever experienced from holding opinions made you feel whole and complete? Not at all. It makes you feel worse. It sets up conditions, and you are not happy, and you are not satisfied. But you have the choice. Do you want to be happy, or do you want to continue this misery? We want you to let this all go and be guided. We want you to be guided by one who knows. The one who knows is one with you. It is not outside of you, but you have to begin to affirm that it is part of you. You are one with the one who knows, not the one that thinks that it knows, the ego. The one who knows just is. That's the only way to explain it. There's nothing else to it. It simply is. So this is where we want everyone to come together. Until you come together on something, it's going to be piecemeal. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do you understand that it is choosing joy? It is choosing peace. It is choosing love, no matter what. Choose love for yourself, love for your brother and sister, love for every situation, because you can see beyond every situation. You can see beyond it and see the truth. And begin to look for the truth. Begin to look toward the truth, and then it will be shown to you. You must focus and turn the face to truth. You are done dancing around, walking on eggshells because you don't want to disturb the thing that doesn't exist, the ego. There is so much fear, but you have nothing to fear. There is only love. Just take that step forward. Start to move forward, and you will meet up with all that you need. And we will help you all along the way. You are loved, and you are blessed. Namaste.